Hi, in this video we are going to discuss about TableView. So we'll start with a single view app and click next, and we'll say TableView example. Okay, and we'll click next and we'll save it somewhere. Okay, so once this is created, we'll go to the main storyboard. I'll reduce the size a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and we'll search for table view, drag and drop the table view in the storyboard. And then for its constraints, we'll actually go to the view and we'll make this 0. We'll go to view, make this 0. We'll go to view, make this 0 too, and we'll come over here and we'll make this 0 too. So we'll add 4 of these constraints. So basically this table view will take up the entire space. Once that is done, we'll actually add a new table view cell. What this cell is that it will hold each of these cells inside this table view. Then what we'll do is we'll press Control, drag and drop it to the view controller, and we'll say select data source, and we'll also select and make it as a delegate. Okay, so that part is done, and now this is the view controller which is attached to this view controller.swift. So now we have added table view, so we need some classes for handling that table view. So we'll put a comma over here and we'll start typing table view. So we'll say select table view delegate, comma table view data source. So we'll select these two things. Now it'll start complaining and it'll say that there is you want to add the protocol stubs. So we'll fix that. Okay. So what this function is saying is that in the table view, it will return the total number of rows which are over there, and this one will return the actual cell. So we'll have a list, and we'll have a string list, and we'll say value 1, and we'll have probably 5 or 6 of these. So we'll copy this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So value 1, value 2, value 3, value 4, value 5, and 6. Okay. So this is returning an integer. So what we'll say is list return list.count. Okay. And for this one, we actually need to return a cell. So we'll say let cell or var cell is equal to, and this is returning a UI table view cell. So we'll say UI table view cell, and we will select this one, and we'll say that the style is default, and the reuse identifier. So we forgot to add a reuse identifier. So when we added the cell over here, this one, we can click over here. We can actually go to the attribute inspector, and there is a reuse identifier. So we'll type cell over here, and this is the one that we'll actually use over here. So the reuse identifier that we'll use would be cell. Okay, so we get a cell, we'll return the cell. So what will happen is when the table view, when the storyboard loads, at that time first it'll say that, okay, how many of these cells are there in this table view? There will be, this is list, it has 6 values, so it'll return 6. Now we have to create those individual cells. Then it'll come over here and it'll say that how many cells do we need to create. So it'll say, okay, for each cell, it'll create the cell, and for each of these cell, now we have to put these values, put the values of the list. So we'll say cell dot text label dot text is equal to list of index path dot row. Okay, so what we are saying is that for each one of them, it'll go to the list, and the index path will come from here, from the table view, this function. So this index path, we will get that, and we'll get each of these values. So it'll create 6 of these cells and return each of these 6 cells. Those 6 cells will be put inside that table. Okay, so I'll run this and see what happens. And we are just waiting for the emulator to come up. And we can see that there are 6 values which are put inside this table view. So this is how we actually create a table view. Okay, thank you.